In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto.
Question everything.
Trust nothing.
It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, here on a Monday night, Magic Money Monday. You know what time it is, back from the weekend. We do take Sundays off, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's hard to imagine us taking a day off, but we did take a day off yesterday. But we are back at it, ready for some action. Going to have some fun tonight. We got some good topics we're going to get into. Before we do any of that, as always, the reminders, smash the likes. It's how it tells YouTube, hey, you like what we got going on over here. Make sure you're following Frankie Candles, 5:45 to 7:30 over on BitBoy Cryptos. If you're looking for some more TA love, that's where you can get a bunch of that. And then, as always, guys, Danger Close Alpha. It's getting close. Miguel, how many days do we have until? I think we got 11.
Dude, we've got just a little bit over a week. We got. It's not this Friday coming up. It's the next Friday.
Yeah. So 11 days. The bug out drop. And oh yeah, side note. We've got some big news for the Discord, at least a piece of big news that we're going to be dropping to the Discord, which I think people are going to be pretty excited about as it relates to the bug out drop. So if you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, stand by. Miguel and I are going to have a little chat afterwards about how we would like to sprinkle in that information. And we will be doing it. And I'm going to tell you this. It's not a cipher this time. We're going to give you some information. So that's what it is. Let's take a look at the markets and see what's going on.
Tell me how that Ethereum's doing, bro.
Well, we're about to find out. So let me update this. Drum roll, please. The total global crypto market cap is at 1.14 trillion with the T dollars. That's up 1.98%. We've got Bitcoin at 24,075, sitting pretty flat, down about 0.85%, but still up over 1% on the week. I don't know where they're measuring that week from, if it was from 7. I think it's from 7 days ago today. At any event, neither here nor there. Down 1.66% on the 4-hour for ETH at 1900 flat right now.
No, we hit 2K. We hit 2K. It was either earlier today or yesterday or something. We hit 2K though.
And we'll talk about this a little bit, but I am concerned that I still think we have a lot lower to go, and I'm concerned that people aren't going to take profits the way that maybe they should when we get the next leg of this pump, because I believe that we are going to I think we are going to have an onslaught at some point, and I think that if I can position myself to have a little bit more liquidity to inject back into the market after pulling some profits, I'm telling you what, you heard it here. I'm only telling you for entertainment purposes. I will be taking profits. I'm looking at some targets right now. To be ready for this huge opportunity that we're going to get again. BNB's up 0.4% at $318. And then on down the list, Cardano, XRP, Binance USD, Solana, and Dogecoin jumping back into the top 10, but only because it had a big pump. It's down about 7.53% right now, but it is up 8.23%. Took the spot back from Polkadot, but it's only about, it's only about $420-ish million separating the two, which grand scheme of things, I guess, is not that huge. So, Miguel, I've done enough talking. Talk to me
the charts,
about
man.
What's going on in the charts. What are they telling you?
So, dude, right here in the charts, right, the momentum wave. If you're looking down here, we got that red circle on the daily. If you see here, every time we get one of these red circles, we lose momentum, right? And we go back down the other way. Doesn't mean we're going to go all the way down, but we can go down for a short period of time, right? We're gassing out here. The money flow, though, is going deep into the green, which is something we haven't seen in a long time. Look how long this money flow has been so negative, all the way since April, guys. Since April, we are now in August, right? So we just flipped into the green. The VWAP is headed down, as well as obviously, like I said, this red dot, which the momentum is coming back down. And you guys can see we're well above this heart line, right? Could we come down here, retest these heart lines? Maybe. Obviously, we've been finding support on these ribbons lately. The ribbons have not flipped to the negative side, right? When they're grayed out like this, they are on the negative. When they are in these blue colors, they're on the positive. So we have been finding support lately, but how longer can we stay here before we go much lower? it's a question to be asked. It's a question to wonder. But another good point is things can stay irrational for a very long time.
Yep.
Right? Things don't have to make sense. The markets, when they get manipulated one way or the other, the TA is out the window. They'll just make it do what it's not supposed to do.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I will tell you that that your boy Crypto Weatherman and Wendy are calling for the melt up still. So just throwing out there are some big brains in the conversation saying that we still have a lot higher to go. And actually, Bill Noble, good friend of the channel, he's always here on Thursdays. If you're not following Bill Noble, make sure you check him out. He's calling for quite a bit of a pump here too, before then dipping back down. So I'm starting to pay attention to that. I'll tell you what, we have a meeting, Miguel, actually I'm telling you this live. We've got a little meeting with Crypto Blood to talk over his indicator. He put me into the Telegram channel, and it's got some really cool alerts. And guys, once I get the breakdown of how his indicators work, I'm going to start using them. Okay. I'm going to start using them in some leverage trades. Okay. And we're going to find out live what your boy Blood has got going on. I'm excited for it. It's going to be something cool for me, just because, to be honest, when I trade on leverage, I'm mildly lazy, and that's just a real deal fact. I like to play it as if it's just a little gambling money, like when I go to Vegas next week, baby. But yeah, we're gonna see. I'm excited to check it out. So let's also take a peek in. First of all, we got a $5 super chat from my boy, your boy, Merca. What's going on, brother? Says, oh, it was a fan. Oh, it was a sticker. One of the fan characters laughing out loud with tears in their. Why can they not show me the sticker?
I don't know. I think
it always does this.
I think it's a platform. It's from where we're streaming. It doesn't show us, but it shows it on YouTube.
We know what it was there, America, and we appreciate you for the support. Let's take a peek, though, real quick at Danger Close Alpha at DCA. America's definitely in the DCA fam. So we've got 11.4 ETH trading volume. We also have an announcement to make on what is happening between now and the bug out drop as it relates to some little, I don't know if you want to say competition, but rewards, I guess, would be a better way to say that. So make sure you guys jump in on that. Let me take a look at the activity here. It's definitely slowed down, but hey, I get it. An engine here just went for 0.02. Looks like some things are going on sale a little bit. That was 33 minutes ago. So somebody took advantage and said, yep, I will take that. So if you're looking to take advantage and
there's always some good sales, man. If people are paying attention, they'll be able to snatch up something for real cheap.
Did you see somebody got a merchant for like $40 or something yesterday?
Dude, wild. These things were selling for,
over half an ETH
to over half an ETH easily.
Yep. And somebody snagged one. Literally, it was like $40 or something like that yesterday. That was interesting.
Sniper.
So let's dive in and get down. Guys, stick around. The Monero conversation at the end of the stream. You're going to want to be here for this. We haven't talked about Monero very much. You know how we are about our privacy. So stick around, check out Monero, and that's going to be an important one to see. So let's dive in. You know what? Let's start off with, listen, we've been talking a lot about Coin Center. We've been talking a lot about Tornado Cash. Well, let's talk about Coin Center as it relates to Tornado Cash. Coin Center says it may challenge Tornado Cash ban in court. Okay. Crypto policy nonprofit Coin Center today announced it's preparing to challenge the U.S. government's Tornado Cash ban in court. The Washington, D.C.-based advocacy group said Monday that the U.S. Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, you guys have heard that before, the OFAC, overstepped its bounds when blacklisted Tornado Cash last week, potentially violating constitutional rights. So, Miguel, we've talked about this so much. I'm not going to go even further than that. You said something and I repeated it on Around the Blockchain, and I totally agreed with it. What was there was three words.
I'm glad I can give you some points on this.
I need it, dude. That's right. Teamwork makes the dream work. What are the three words that you said to me as it relates to Tornado Cash?
Dude, Tornado Cash, right? It is freedom of speech in code, right? Suppressing code, you're suppressing freedom of speech. It's also another way of thinking like art, right? Imagine an artist creating a piece, and now the government kicks in. Wait a minute. No. We got to suppress this art. People will go crazy about it, right? Nobody's suppressing Facebook, their code. That we know exactly what they've been doing with their code and how they've been manipulating people and swaying elections that our entire country gets affected by. no big deal. But oh, wait a minute, the people gain privacy power away from the banking system. No.
Yeah.
Can't. That's too far.
Can't have that. Check this out. It says just exactly that in the article. It says, as we suspected, we believe that OFAC has overstepped its legal authority by adding certain Tornado Cash smart contract addresses to the SDN list, that this action potentially violates constitutional rights to due process and free speech, and that OFAC has not adequately acted to mitigate the foreseeable impact its action would have on innocent Americans. That's what this comes down to, is that they are trying to press forward in this new arena, but when they're pressing forward, they're not thinking about anyone except for how this affects them and only them. Rules for thee, not for me. And that's what's happening here. That's what we're seeing.
And they're having a change of mind where, you know, before it's like, hey, you're in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. Now is you're guilty until proven innocent. You're using privacy. No, can't do that. That must be some illicit activity. You have to prove your innocence. Hey, I need to prove to you that this tool can be used for good, and hope and beg that you let me keep it and let me use it. Because if not, you're going to take it away from me.
Yeah, which is really sad, because as we get more and more of that dictator style, basically decisions that get made for us, because that's what this is. It ends up being the government saying, hey, this is a decision we're making, and you're just going to have to deal with it. Well, people are going to have to push back. If we don't push back, it's only going to get worse. We've talked about this before. It's the pressure cooker. It's pushing people towards the edge of a cliff, leaning them over a little bit, pulling them back, lean them a little further, pull them back. Next thing you know, you got a rope tied around your waist. You're halfway down the cliff. You look back up and say, how did I get here? And that's what's happening. Not to bring in a crazy topic, but the fog around the world, the new guidelines just came out for that. And we went from a place of utter, you know, holy mackerel, everybody's going to die, to now like, don't sweat it. Everything's cool. You know, I mean, shoot, we never said that you should be doing all that. I mean, come on.
Dude,
so I think that's what's going to happen in here too, though, is they're going to push as hard as they can, see how much they can get away with in the exact same manner. How much can we do? How much are people not going to push back? How much can we pin them down? And then we'll see what happens from there. And I think that's
just like the gas prices, right? They shot gas prices over $5. It comes down to $3 something. Hey, we're heroes. The problem is solved.
You're still up double.
Yeah, the gas was like barely $2. What are you talking about?
I know. It's crazy. But speaking of gas prices for NFTs have been down quite a bit lately.
And earlier today,
I did see that.
700. Dude.
I saw that. I did see that. But as a general rule, we've done pretty well with gas fees as of late. Sent out an NFT earlier for a good dad joke. By the way, I quoted the wrong person that gave me the dad joke that won. I did pay out the right person in the right wallet. That got handled. But the dad joke was, a horse walks into a bar. Bartender says, why the long face? I don't know why, dude. It just, I've actually heard it before, but as I was reading them, I was like, I'm going to let the person that's going to win is going to be just the guttural reaction immediately to the joke. And for whatever reason, that one is so stupid. It just had me literally laughing out loud. It was a good one. And then I want to shout out Sean real quick. I see Sean in the chat. Sean used a little bit of unfair advantage in this. And he used a politically motivated joke, and it went something like this. I was teaching my kids about the government and voting rights earlier tonight, and I let them vote on picking the movie and the type of food and candy that we eat. And then it said, and they're like ... and then it says, and then I made all the decisions for them because I have all the money. It's like, yeah, that's the government that we live in. So I thought that was a good one. So let's talk about NFTs, guys. Sorry about that. Got a little off on a tangent there. Why NFT creators and collectors can't stop talking about artist royalties. Some marketplaces aren't honoring creator royalties, setting off an animated conversation about crypto Twitter this weekend. Here's what all the fuss is about. In brief, some NFT marketplaces are not honoring the creator royalties specified in smart contracts. Rising use of such marketplaces had triggered a debate among NFT creators and collectors alike. Let's pause there real quick. I'm going to read a little bit more of this, but let's pause there real quick. Miguel, you set up our smart contracts. As part of the smart contract, a smart contract is if then. And what you're telling, it's saying, if this happens, then do this. So when you put in a 10% royalty, if this is resold, we get 10%, then pays out this wallet 10%. That's what's happening, right?
Yeah.
So how do you know how any of these platforms are negating the actual smart contract itself? Or is it like you think you're signing something with them that says, hey, I know I'm not going to get my royalties? I feel like the smart contract would make it happen. Do you know?
I mean, I'm not 100% clear on how they're doing this, right? And how they're suppressing the royalty function from the smart contract. But I mean, it's odd. It's weird that they're trying to do that. I think this is just a marketing scheme. Like, hey, come buy NFTs from us. It's gonna be cheaper over here because there's no royalties. I
Okay.
wonder if the platform themselves is taking a fee, a cut for themselves, right? And even if they weren't, I still think it's just a marketing ploy, right? They're making no money. They're being this good guy so that once they have a good base of people, then they start introducing their own fees and their own little ways of making money, because everyone has to make money, right? Nobody out there is gonna work for free. And like we've said before, if it's on for free, you're the product. Somehow, some way, they're getting something out of you that's more valuable.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So I thought it was interesting. I'm going to go a little bit further on this. Y'all, Solana NFT market, it's always Solana, dude. I'm telling you. Ignited a similar debate when it launched earlier this summer without royalties enabled. So maybe, Miguel, you can't even put the smart contract on there with a royalty attached. Maybe it won't allow you to do it. I don't know. But I think it's really interesting because, with Danger Close Alpha, one of the things that we have is a royalties treasury. And I want to speak on this because I think it's important. Yes, everybody's got to make money. When we sell our NFTs at the end of the day, once everything is paid out, are we going to make some money? Yeah, absolutely we are. We're working, right? And so I think everyone understands that. I think sometimes with the royalties, people get caught up on it because they think, well, wait a minute, why should this person get paid in perpetuity every time this thing sells? And my question would be, why not? Because check this out. If you do something like we're doing and set up like a royalties treasury, we're able to continue to do things over time that otherwise we wouldn't be able to do. We're able to give back to the community and build, whereas otherwise we might not. So if we didn't do that, we would have 10% per transaction that all of a sudden isn't there. So what does that do? That allows you, who's supporting the project, to basically put in, I hate to call it this because people probably will hate this, but I'm going to use it anyway. It's almost like the tithe to the project. If you don't know what a tithe is, in the Christian church, you are in the Bible, it says that you're supposed to give 10% of your earnings back to the church. Okay. So in this regard, if it's the Church of NFT and this is the project that you want to support, you are essentially helping further that project down the road. And that's what we're using it for, because we thought it was important to invest back into the community.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Right? I get the problem with royalties because as a consumer, as a person that's been buying NFTs and stuff, I've seen projects with royalties and I'm like, really, bro? Like, come on. And I get it because if your project has no real utility, it's just a cool JPEG, it's just a cool little metaverse character, whatever it is, right? Its utility goes beyond that. You as a company of a creator of this NFT project no longer have any more expenses. So after you've minted out and sold everything, this royalty is just actually extra cash you're putting in your pocket. With projects that have real utility, or like what we're trying to do, right? The royalties and make the project sustainable, because the things we're doing require real life money that we need to pay for. We need to pay for all these events. We need to pay for all this gear, all these giveaways, all these things. And the royalty treasury is that, right? All the royalties that we're getting is money that we can now have to then put back into the project on top of some of the money that we're making from the mint price, right?
Yeah.
But so from minting, we already have a big portion that's going into the project. We are keeping some for ourselves for all the work that we've done for the project, and then the royalties keep it funded, keep it going as there's buying and selling, and that's just makes the project sustainable. And it's because of the utility that the project contains. It's projects that don't have it. I get it. I completely get the whole royalty issue.
It's sustainability. And I think that as we get further and further into NFTs with real use case, when I speak out in Vegas, part of what we're speaking on is the mass adoption of NFTs and what's actually going to drive it there. And what I'm going to be talking about specifically, spoiler alert, is is, well, I mean, definitely we're going to talk about DCA, you already know, but I'm specifically going to be speaking on use case, on utility. Why? Because if you're able to attach something more than just a cool piece of art and actually put it as a real world application, why would people not want to be involved? And it just makes it that much easier to take that next step forward. I do want to throw out there just real quick, because this is a funny question. Sean says, quick question, is the 10% tithe pre or post tax? Well, Sean, I'm going to tell you what now this pastor, I think, was kind of a scheming kind of pastor back in the day, not my pastor now, but his response to that would always be, I don't know. Do you want a pre or post tax blessing? And I'm like, oh my
God,
gosh, that's the worst. I literally, I was like, that right there is the reason that there are pastors that get a bad name. That response right there. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I thought it was funny. So yeah, I'm excited about what we're doing. I'm excited about part of the reason, guys, that we candidly also encourage the sales on the back end is because it does allow us to build up some of that so that we can continue to work for you and do all these cool things. The royalties treasury right now, so far, just so you guys know, has already funded, I think, really close, if not all of it, the party for after the event.
Yeah.
And so I'm freaking super excited about that. So, all right, that's enough of that. Let's dive on in to the reason that you're here.
Let's get it. Come on. I've been waiting for this.
We're going to jump around here a little bit. Monero rolls out enhanced privacy features with hard fork. Okay. I'm going to jump around here real quick, but Monero completed a hard fork. Okay. The hard fork completed at block, blah, 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 was announced, yada, yada, yada. Okay. One of the main changes introduced with the fork is an increase in Monero's ring size from 11 to 16. In order to protect user privacy, Monero merges the digital signature of the individual signing a transaction with those of 11. It was 11 before, now it's 16. Other non-signers to create a new signature authorizing the transaction. So Miguel actually explained this to me really well earlier. And basically, he's saying that a transaction comes in, you know how you have to sign it on your MetaMask. Let's just say you sign it, right? What it's doing is it's taking 16 more signatures, tossing them all in there. Well, 15 more to make 16, right? And that creates its own special signature. So then there's no way for them to know which signature was, and it does.
Yeah, who signed it? So what wallet did it come from? It's just one of the features that continue to add privacy to Monero.
Yeah, I think it's actually a really cool. It's a really cool thing.
Let's get to the juicy part, bro.
Yeah, let's get to the juicy part. Monero's boost to its privacy feature set comes on the wake of increased regulatory attention. So you guys know the Treasury Department sanctioned Tornado Cash, right? So this is where it gets a little bit crazy. So Monero itself has long drawn attention from regulators and law enforcement. In 2020, I remember this too. Crypto intelligence firm CipherTrace revealed that it had developed a tool set for tracing Monero transactions at the behest of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Despite this apparent success, a month later, the IRS offered a bounty of up to $625K to crack Monero. The following year, the Norwegian police were attempting to crack the privacy coin in order to trace transactions relating to a missing persons case. Guys, well, Miguel, talk on it, speak on it. Why would they be offering a bounty after somebody else had already cracked it?
So key words there, right? Crypto intelligence firm. AKA, they are literally firms out there that are only based on surveilling the blockchain and surveilling privacy coins. The CipherTrace company, right? They said that they cracked Monero, that they can trace it. They're working for the Homeland Security. Then they come out with, oh, there's a bounty, right? Short after. People's minds and memories are short, right? They have short memory span. They forgot the whole headline of, hey, CipherTrace broke the Monero code and they can trace it, because now they're seeing there's a bounty. If there's a bounty, that means that it's not done yet, right? They're still trying to crack it. So they're creating the illusion again that Monero is still private. None of this is confirmed by me, right? I don't know 100% how cracked CipherTrace got it or not. Is that FUD story? Is that just a narrative? We don't know. We're just speaking on speculation from what is stated. Supposedly, CipherTrace has done it, can trace Monero, and IRS comes out with a bounty, right, to then make it seem like they haven't, and they're still trying to get there. What another thing that people need to focus on is Tornado Cash. instantly banned, right? Privacy, because of privacy, money laundering. Monero coin, not banned. No one even talks about Monero in the mainstream media. Why are these regulators, regulators not talking about Monero right now when they're talking about Tornado Cash? Why not, right? Why wouldn't they go hand in hand? Is it because they want to keep the illusion that Monero is still safe and private? So you go on there and they're just there watching you through the screen, following all your transactions. Be like, gotcha, bitch, gotcha, bitch, gotcha, bitch, right? Like, I don't know. That's what I would think, because if they're not sanctioning Monero, if they're not trying to do anything how heavily they've done with Tornado Cash in the past week, that's suspicious. And I don't think it's because, we just can't do it, right? Because that same argument would have been done with Tornado Cash. They just can't do it, but they did. So I definitely believe that there's something they can do. If they're not choosing to do it, it's because I think Monero might be that Trojan horse where they allow people to filter in. They're thinking it's safe, and they're gonna get you.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see where the line gets drawn. We've been talking about this the whole time. The big problem here is the line. Does the line actually get drawn at a point where, hey, code is free speech and they're just going to allow that to continue to press forward? Or are they going to be very specific on what you can and can't do? And right now it's so ambiguous and it's so just, hey, it's the Wild West essentially, that no one does know. And I think that fear and confusion will keep people out of some of the privacy coins. I was talking to Bill Noble about Zcash, and he's a huge Zcash guy. He's a Zcash maxi, if you will, right? And I think privacy is absolutely important. We've talked about it before. Like, everybody doesn't need to know how much you have in your account or what you can and can't do. Blase, blah. They don't know everything else that you have going on in your life. So why do they need to know that? Doesn't mean you're a freaking criminal. And so when they do come forward with a set of guidelines and regs, I think that no matter what they do, this is genuinely what I see. No matter what they do, they can't ban privacy itself. So if they do give a set of guidelines, you already know what's going to happen, Miguel. Some smart dude in his mom's basement, somebody that is coding, right, is going to say, okay, here's the laws, here's the laws, here are the laws. Okay, now let me think on this for about 23 and a half hours while I'm playing some video games. I got it. And then they literally will find a way to abide by the rules and find a new way to do it. I absolutely guarantee
you could only hope that they could reinstate something that could give you just as much privacy and still be within the guidelines, right? I would hope, dude. I would 100% hope.
Jason, appreciate you, brother. Says smash the likes, exile the chat, and hit the likes. Dude, I really appreciate it, and I totally just doxed him on the show. My bad, brother. Appreciate the love. I was not
privacy liability, my friend.
I'm telling you,
security liability.
I'm killing it
right here.
I am a liability. I'm gonna tell you right now. So yeah, folks, listen. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We love you and appreciate the fact that you are supportive of us. You guys have been here a lot. Listen, the names in the chat as I look through just quickly: America, Cryptonon, Diamond Sauce, AD. Obviously, we got Leading Crypto, Sean, Crypto Billy in the house. We've got a lot of names that we see. The Block Doc hasn't been here too often, but he's back. We I don't know. I love and appreciate you guys. Puddles, I see you. So thank you guys for being here. Looking forward to another great show tomorrow. Guys, if you're not in the, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. If you haven't smashed a like yet, X out of the live chat, smash a like real quick. Discord tonight, you are going to get a piece of information. I don't know if it's going to come via voice chat or if it's going to come via some text. It's not going to be a cipher. It's going to be some straight up info on the bug out bag drop, which happens next Friday. If you didn't know, 3-day crypto IRL boot camp for those that buy the bug out bag for 0.1 ETH. Guys, I'm going to tell you, you get a party, you get goodies bags, you get to hang out with us, you get our own like private area at the campsite, if you will. I'm super freaking excited about it. So hopefully you guys are too. And we've got some more things that are happening with that that we're going to be announcing to you.
I also want to remind everybody about the cipher, right? If you haven't got it in here, if you're thinking about, hey, this project is all about real life only, and I'm just lazy couch potato, I don't want to, but I like the theme, I like the preparedness, I like the mystery. Well, we got ciphers, we got all kinds of puzzles and codes and crazy stuff going on, right? Our story is beginning to grow, right? It's not just about the real life prepper utility. It's also about the story 2084 that we have been creating, we have been alluding to for a long time. And our storyteller is doing a kick-ass job to make this story as interesting as possible for the people and really start exploring this world of the fold versus the resistance, right? And the resistance, the DCA members, right? The DCA members. So I hope you guys are enjoying the cipher. I hope you guys continue working on it. So go ahead, take it, have fun, and we'll see you in the Discord tonight.
Yeah, actually, just real quick, because it'll take 2 seconds. Well, actually, it'll take about 1 minute. I want to pull up because we've got some people in here that I know are not in the Discord. I wanted to read. Where is the story, Miguel? What's that under? That's under. I'm looking for it real quick in the Discord. I could pull it up in my notes, but I wanted to pull it up on the story. Is it up at the top?
Yeah.
Whitelist, verified, roadmap, story. Here we go. I'm going to read this real quick. All right. The year's 2084. The conspiracy. Now, this is the story that surrounds our NFT project. Okay, and this is continuing to grow and change and mold. It's pretty dope. The year's 2084. The conspiracy theorists are now known as seekers, who must be stopped from spreading their truth at all costs. Why? Because in 2084, truth is no longer a word found in the dictionary. Cancel culture reigns supreme. The world has succumbed to hate and division, and the only things that matter are power and control. Society is now divided into two main sects of people: those that blindly follow and those that are willing to stand up and lead. The followers, known as the fold, believe they have everything: access to healthcare, transportation, money, housing, political power, you name it, they have it. Yet they've relinquished one thing they'll never regain: their personal freedoms. Then there are the seekers. The seekers, short for true seekers, came to be as part of a movement. This movement pushes for freedom and has changed mankind forever. It has all the ideals of a decentralized economy in which freedoms, religion, press, and speech are everyday expectations, where leaders are a part of the group, not figureheads of power making decisions based upon how woke the idea. And it's these people that the New World Order are trying to feverishly excommunicate from society. They are the free thinkers, willing to ask questions, to push boundaries, and grow through freedom-centric ideals. They cannot be shut down or silenced because they are trained in the skill sets of medicine, bartering, engineering, and hunting. After all, if you teach a person to fish, they will never go hungry. This movement is called Danger Close Alpha. Join the movement, get on board, educate yourselves, and resist being a part of the fold. Be a seeker, question everything, trust nothing. So I will end on question everything, trust nothing. And until next time, hodl.
Like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.